Hey, this is Jared Harris, and thank you for being with me in my next video. This video, beyond all videos, is probably one of the most searched videos on the internet as well as on the site. So what we're going to talk about is a 1099 versus the judgment or deficiency on somebody. So what I want to explain to you is so many people have so many misconceptions about the 1099 versus the deficiency judgment. It's very, very simple. So you can't get one without the other. So let me start with an example, and that's probably the easiest way for you to do this. So if the bank, let's say, for example, you have a $250,000 mortgage on your home, the bank agrees after everything's said and done that they get in their pocket $100,000. So in all reality, they have lost $150,000. So the bank now has an option what to do with you. They can 1099 you. So what 1099 basically means is that they are going to tax you as ordinary income, and then you will be taxed at your income bracket for the $150,000. So if you're in 30% or whatever your tax bracket is for your income, that's how you'll be taxed. Now, don't get too scared, because there's a couple other things that the government has put in place to protect you on that. But here's the flip side of it. If the bank decided to put a deficiency judgment against you, then they can go back after you for that entire amount. So there's a benefit to what you're going to see here is they can't do a 1099 and a deficiency. That's kind of like double dipping. So the goal with a short sale is to actually get what we call a full release. Well, the full release, you get a 1099 versus the deficiency judgment, and then they can never go after you. Now, I want you to remember this. If you don't get a 1099 or you've gotten a foreclosure or something like that, they still may not produce a deficiency judgment against you, because typically what the bank wants to do, they're in business. So if you legitimately had a hardship and you can't afford it and you're more or less broke, the bank knows that if they try to go after you, they're not going to make any money. So for them to collect a deficiency judgment, number one, they have to have a lawsuit against you. So if they've filed foreclosure, your home's gone into foreclosure, and they have a judgment against you, all they need to do is sue you in all reality to get that. If you've completed a short sale, which is basically what I would tell you to do now and forever, is the short sale protects you, because if they want to go back after you for a deficiency judgment, they literally need to hire an attorney, get a lawsuit, then go after you, and then sue you for that money. Right now, if they do a judgment against you, a foreclosure, they have that property as collateral with that. If they agree to a short sale, then they have to start that entire process over. Now, that's the one part of it. The second part of it is that with the deficiency judgment, the bank has to sue you for that money, and they have to go after you tick for tack for money. A lot of times I've seen people do that once or twice. If somebody's done a strategic default, the bank knows that somebody's been hiding money, they may have other money or other assets that can go after you. So again, your ideal circumstance is to do the short sale. But here's the reality of a 1099 and the deficiency. Let's say, again, in that example I gave you, that they lost $150,000. Well, if they 1099 you and you pay taxes on it, now they write off $150,000 versus their profit. So if they're in a 50% tax bracket, as most corporations and companies are, they're going to save on taxes $75,000. Did you hear what I'm saying? They're going to save $75,000 by giving you a 1099. If they try to go after a deficiency judgment, for them to break even on a business standpoint, they have to collect from you $75,000. So in all reality, what you'll probably see 99% of the time, and again, I am going to tell you, I am not an attorney, I am not an accountant, I'm giving you the facts that I'm aware of as of today. They change all the time. I would tell you to consult with an attorney to make sure that this is up to date and this is accurate. But I'm going to tell you this, from a business standpoint, the bank wants to get a 1099 against you, because they're going to have to collect a lot of more money from you in order for a deficiency judgment to make sense. Banks are in the business of making money, not trying to go after people and sue them. So in reality, you want a 1099, you want that as taxed as ordinary income, and then we'll talk about in the upcoming videos the way that you can write that income tax off that you would most likely have to pay with that, but that's not this video with it. So hopefully you understand the difference between a 1099 and a deficiency judgment, because a deficiency judgment is one of the most sought after search terms on the internet right now. And I understand you're scared that whatever you lost on your mortgage with your bank, that they're going to come after you. So in reality, they can. If you do a short sale, they in reality can't, but you want to make sure that you cover yourself the most. So a short sale is your best option for the bank. Typically a 1099 for them to save the taxes on the loss is a big benefit to them. And on top of it, the government's going to take, in the next video, a haircut on the taxes with that. So hopefully this helped you out. This is a big video. I want you to make sure you differentiate the difference between the two. And if you didn't get it the first time in the video, please read the information I have below the video, and also watch the video again. Okay? Thank you, and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks.